Evel Knievel wind-up motorcycle next to me. I was frigging obsessed with Evel Knievel. And I think every kid, like, in the 70s was, right? Were you obsessed with Evel Knievel when you were a kid?
I wasn't obsessed with him.
No.
I was more obsessed with, like, nerdy things like Star Wars and Battlestar Galactica.
See, obsessed. See, but Star Wars was late 70s. I'm talking like
You're my age. I was just going to say, I remember being too young for Evel Knievel, really.
No. How could you?
I knew who he was, but it, you know.
Oh, dude, I was obsessed. Like, I had what do you call them? Not drapes, curtains in the room. Like, I had Evel Knievel curtains, Evel Knievel sheets. I was obsessed with Evel Knievel. I wish I still had those. I wish Desperate still had those. I used to keep my bicycle in my room so I could make believe I was Evel Knievel in my bedroom. My mom would let me keep it there to store it there. We also had a small apartment. There was no place to store it. But I was I friggin' loved that guy. I couldn't get enough of him. I thought he was the greatest thing in the world. Even though I think I've probably seen like 3 stunts of his and they all failed. But he was he was the best thing ever.
See, that's what I think would be great about Evel Knievel now. If he's dead, they could just strap him onto any bike, a rocket ship, and he could do the stunt and still come down. He doesn't have to worry about getting hurt anymore.
Weekend at Evil's.
Yeah, Weekend at Totally. He doesn't have to worry about getting hurt. He could be the best stuntman that ever died or did die.
See, I'm thinking that you do go the other route. You have his son do stuff, like his son jumping over his dead body or something.
Like his grave.
Or his son, they tie dad's arms around the son's waist and the son rides with
Oh,
him.
God, it's a tandem jump. A tandem jump between him and his dad. I feel awful saying this. I love this guy.
Yeah, and not to make stuff up Sunday, but wasn't it in the news like 2 days earlier that like him and like Kanye West or someone like avoided a lawsuit or something, Evel Knievel, and I'm not even joking.
Oh,
So
for
I
that
have no-
video.
I have
For the
no idea
video
what
he
you're
did
talking
with
about.
Pamela Anderson?
There was
like
something. Evel Knievel sued Kanye West and then settled out of court.
Yes, because
apparently. I'm not sure what the
in one of
story
his
was, though.
in one of Kanye's videos with Pam Anderson, he does a he plays like an Evel Knievel character that like tries to jump over the Grand Canyon or some stunt that he did or tried to do. Right. So now he's probably suing him for replicating his stunt in a music video. Which
Apparently,
is stupid.
he had his own. He named his persona as Evil Kanye Evil.
Oh, and that's why he look. He has a picture up. He's on a rocket.
And now all of a sudden, Evel Knievel turns up dead. I'm just saying.
True. That Kanye has a heart of coal.
Fonzie sued him for jumping the sharks in one of his videos. What was it? It was the sharks, but the sharks... See, that was jumping the shark because that's where the name came from because he had already done it. But what was the first thing he had done? Like barrels or something?
In the driveway.
Arnold's driveway, yes.
He did like take a motorcycle over the barrels. But the jumping the shark is often confused with that because he doesn't motorcycle jump over a shark tank.
Right.
He ski jumps over.
But it's the same idea. I mean, you know.
But he's water skiing.
He elevated himself over something dangerous.
Then turn on a jukebox when he landed.
But were the barrels flaming?
I think the barrels were flaming. I do
Really, I don't
remember some
remember.
I was
fire.
gonna say, was it any more dangerous than jumping like ground when you're in the air or something?
I think I do remember fire in that Happy Days episode.
No, that was when Chachi burned down Al's because he left the towel on and left the grill on. But everyone forgave him except Fonzie. Fonzie said, "No, it's not okay." It was touching but stressful.
Hey, it's not okay.
I was kind of stressed out waiting for that cliffhanger. Because
that
I
to
don't
be
know if they were ever
continued?
going to talk again.
Like you care.
I do. I didn't then. I do now. I'm more concerned now because I never found out what happened.
I don't want to ruin it for you.
All right. So Kanye West, breaking news while Chris was out of the room, dead
Oh, my
at
God.
age 31.
Oh, my God. It's a shame.
Killed by the plastic surgeon that operated on his mother.
It's a shame that he's
It was
31 years old.
preventative self-defense? No. If you killed someone in advance in self-defense, would there be like a special name for it? Like if you killed someone and said they were going to kill me, I had to do it.
Oh, it's a preemptive strike. It's a preemptive strike.
You use it like a military term for a defense?
He had
That's not going to work.
He had an elective murder surgery. Or something
electric
like that.
surgery.
I wish nobody talks for the rest of the show.
I wish we had a cricket sound effect for the second after that.
Wow, that was really uncomfortable.
Sorry. Oh, you got it? You should have that ready at all times. You can play that once every 30 seconds. The way this show goes.
Right after that, duh.
Yeah, exactly. Awesome. Other dramatic dying news this week, the inventor of Gatorade, Dr. Robert Cade, passed away this week.
Of Gatorade?
Of Gatorade fame, the inventor. He was the University of Florida. I don't know if he was what he was. He did something scientific, but it was to help the
Florida Gators,
the Florida
right?
Gators rehydrate during games to get those all important electrolytes to go to an idiocracy thing.
Doesn't Gatorade dehydrate you?
Because it has sugar in it. It has a crap load of sugar.
I know it dehydrates you bad. People have been rushed to the hospital because they've gotten dehydrated in the sun
From drinking Gatorade?
From drinking Gatorade.
But it has electrolytes.
It's true. Oh, maybe they got electrocuted.
What is an electrolyte? I mean, is that a made-up term?
No,
that
you know
they
what the
just-
electrolyte is? You don't actually vote for the president. You
Okay.
vote for an electrolyte to vote for him.
Right. That's the whole point.
So, like, me needs to have a lot of electrolytes in 08.
Should just come up with a food and say that it has this ingredient in it, like magical stuff that just makes you better. That's so weird
They
to
do.
me.
It's called penicillin.
Oh, really? Never used
Yeah,
that.
you know what penicillin does to me? It gives me a little agita.
It makes my legs turn into, like, something with huge hives on them.
You're allergic to
Couldn't think of a good
penicillin?
reference, yeah.
I had bad problems like 2 years ago. I didn't even take penicillin. I took like a strain of it. A strain makes it sound like it's some sort of virus, right?
Yeah.
I had some sort of like derivative of it. Like I had like amoxicillin or something like that.
Ampicillin also gave me bad.
And I am like one out of like every 50 people has a reaction to penicillin or a penicillin derivative. I was going to say strain again. That makes you have an agitated colon. And what happened was I literally every 15 minutes had to go to the bathroom to
Twosies?
Had to go to the
Yes.
bathroom, or just had to
Yes,
do what you would normally do in a
yes,
bathroom?
twosies.
All right.
Yeah, no, literally I had to go to the bathroom and like with liquid falling out of me.
Oh.
And when I say every 15 minutes, literally every 15 minutes for 48 hours straight that I didn't sleep. That it was
Did you make it every time?
I made it every time to the point that I was crying, like losing my mind, and I wanted to sleep in the bathtub because I knew I couldn't get up ever. It was just agonizing for 48 hours straight, this awful problem. So
You couldn't get a skin rash like a normal.
Yeah, that's what I got. I just got
allergic
bad itchy
reaction.
hives. But
yeah, I
you
can tell
know.
you, it's like 1 out of every 50 or 1 out of every 100 people. It's awful.
Oh.
If I would have got some electrolytes in me, though, it would have taken care of everything. It would have felt great.
Yeah.
That's why they make penicillin diapers. I always wondered what that was.
Oh, man. So, Dr. Robert Cade, 80 years old, thanks for all your help in getting me electrolyted. I miss you, buddy.
Do you think he was the reason, like, why Miami... was Miami a good team back in those days when he made that drink for them? Were they always a good college?
Florida.
Florida Gators.
Were they always a good team? Always?
Sports.
College team?
I got to be honest. I'm going to defer to Keith because I don't pay attention
What
to
year
college
are you
sports.
talking about?
Well, whenever this Gatorade guy did. I mean,
Gatorade was invented 25 years ago, so it would put us in, like, what was that, 1872, I think? My math might be off, 1873.
I think 1970s.
Yeah, like late
I don't think
70s.
that's the 70s, buddy. I got news for
Early
you.
80s.
As scary
Early
as the
80s?
thought is,
Yeah.
the 25 years ago was in the 80s.
82.
I don't know that far back. I know in the mid-80s they were good. I remember when I actually started watching, but...
See, so maybe that Gatorade guy had something going on. Maybe he knew something that we didn't. Electrolytes.
He knew about electrolytes, I heard. Where's that wind sound effect? Oh, you won't do it for yourself, you
I was like,
I was trying.
Electrolytes. Did I mention electrolytes?
See, that to me more, it's like bad jokes bring bad weather.
Oh my God, it's freezing in here. Look at the snow outside. Best in Show single-handedly brought the snowstorm.
I'm expecting Petra to come flying by it.
Hey, everybody! So, I looked into this whole, not to keep it on that whole serious tip. What? The whole Sean Taylor thing. I don't know if you guys know about Sean Taylor, if you paid attention at all. A guy from the Redskins who was shot in his home on Monday night or Sunday morning.
Someday.
Whatever this week, and then he passed away throughout the night. He apparently 8 days before... I'm watching musical chairs roll around in the room. 8 days before his